Hello and welcome back to the next episode. Now this one is going to be a little bit of a mixed bag because different things are going to happen, and just going to go through the most important ones is the global command structure and the pulsar drive, which we are probably going to unlock this year, or within this year basically. But we're also going to continue our expansion westward here, and hopefully we at some point can get the Nordic Unity project going. And meanwhile, we are progressing forward to making more ships. I queued up, actually, in between episodes, more ships on Earth here, just to have a bit more, stuff to work with. We pissed them off, basically, anyway, so we need to embrace that here. I also played around with the orcs a bit, so I improved a bit and changed around some things. For example, we have now 24 investigation here, and only 24 admin because I moved some orc out, and now we can wait until he has enough experience to get admin 25 again. And so on. Basically, that's what I have been doing, optimizing stuff. And now let's continue here. However, there is not too much going on here right now. We do know that there is a ship coming in about 2 months. So that's something we can look forward to. And also we have to reduce unrest here in the Eurasian Union because of the annexations we are doing. There we are. So we are now at 4.9, very dangerous. And yeah, we have to be careful here. And we have a new fleet on Mars, which is also useful for defending here. I'm also waiting for my Earth fleet to repair, but that's going to take a month. And then we are going to take out the stations which we currently have around Earth. So Earth here, because we don't like these protectorate stations, so we are going to remove them when we can. Yeah, that's basically it. We are going to continue stabilize the Union again, because that's very dangerous territory we are walking in currently. And then from there we continue onwards, or rather westwards in this case. So let's jump forward a bit until something of note happens. Well, here we are. The pulsar drive is finished. Now, on the base stats, the pulsar drive is basically double as efficient as the drive we currently use. So that's going to be useful. I'm considering to do the settlement mining complex here now, just to have that unlocked. However, we are going to push these global technologies here now, just to get new picks here. So we have Mercury ongoing, and now we can pick useful ones on these two. Meanwhile, the global command structure has finished, so we are above our cap again, which we can use to take out points here in Western Europe, or Eastern Europe, from our perspective westwards, but yeah. Also, we have been building up our naval yard here on Mars, so we're building a lot of new space docks here, because we upgraded it to an orbital, just to have another shipyard ongoing on another planet here. And yeah, what we want to do now, however, is look at the ship classes and the ship design. So we're going to upgrade this guy here, and we are going to upgrade the drive here. We don't need to see obsolete here. We need to obsolete the ones. Okay, so the rockets are now out of order. So all of you can go. So we have been using Nerva drive, and now we can use the pulsar drive here, basically. So we are going to upgrade this one. And now we can see what we want to do. We can better stats by upgrading the drive to 6. I'm not sure that we want to. Yeah, this costs a lot of metals. And we would only get to 40 milli-Gs. I think let's use 3 here. And then go up to like 6 propellant tanks here. And yeah, I'm not sure if I want to change the armor here right now. So let's just save this design for the moment. 10 KPS is still decent for the moment. We can make better ships relatively soon. And then we continue onwards from there. Okay, now the next fight we are going to see is in November here. It's just one destroyer, so that's not really interesting. I'm not going to show this fight because in the end it's just the same as before. We just launch our rockets and it dies. So not much should happen there. Yeah, and so we're finishing up Molten Core Fission and then Unity Movements. Unity Movements gives us finally the Nordic Federation here. And also we can consider another thing like the Caliphate it's already. But we could also consider something to do something like... where is it there? I think it was the Central Asian Union? Or United Turkestan. So that we work around, for example, Turkey here. And get some stuff under these controls here. But maybe that's too overlapping with the Caliphate and maybe that's not worth it currently. I have to investigate on a later point what we actually want to do as projects, but Caliphate is fixed. So we do Nordic Union and the Caliphate as a major project, and maybe we do a third one. Maybe here, but maybe we also want to do East African Union already. That also might be something worthwhile to invest into now, because that's a good income for money later on. But yeah, we are in no hurry here. We could also consider going westwards here further. That's also going to be unlocked soonish. And from here, I think I'm going to just speed forward a bit because, as said, it's mostly waiting for technologies here right now and trying to continue our empire westwards. Well, here we are. We lost one ship and one is heavily damaged while taking out the destroyer, which came for surveillance here. And yeah, basically there is a problem on the horizon and I want to show it. So we do have ships coming to Earth here in April and September next year. That's fine. However, there's also this fleet with 2 ships actually transferring to a Lagrange point of Earth and the Moon. So that's in between Earth and Moon basically, if I'm correct. Can we go there? Yeah, it's basically in between. We have to stop them from making a station there. So that's why I started building more ships. I also made a new ship design here with a bit more KPS basically. I started building this one, but I also have the other ones under construction still, so then we can start upgrading them basically. The Mars naval yachts are still not under construction, they don't have power yet. But basically that's the problem we need to solve, so we need a lot of stuff basically. And on Earth, so far we have been now progressing into Poland here. We transferred this territory to the Eurasian Union peacefully. Now we are taking the rest militarily. And we are already starting to break here into Bulgaria and Romania. However, we lost technology here. So we got the molten core thing. And then I picked photonic computing, which was 1500 technology. The Protectorate rushed that through. They had some kind of event which gave them science, so they basically instant finished it. And they picked agriculture. That's not too bad, it's okay. And it's also not expensive, so we are fine with this one. However, now we are going to try to finish the Unity movements here to get this one going finally. And furthermore, we are basically just going to keep an eye on our counselors here. There's stuff available, but we can't really afford it, and also we would need to restructure a lot, so that's I'm going to do between episodes basically. And for the moment we are just going to continue onwards here. The next space fight is exactly this one here in March. For the L1 point, we really have to win this, so we can make one round of additional ships. Let me see, when do they finish? 43 days. Yeah, then we can maybe upgrade them to higher KPS, and then we can use all of those ships here on Earth to fight them. What I also did is to take out the stations, as I said earlier. So they're gone now. There's one on Luna. At some point we can take this one out as well. But for the moment I will keep it this way here. And the Resistance also has made a ship, which is fine with me. I'm going to bribe them a bit so that we are more peaceful with them. Right now, if you check our relations here, they do not like us too much. Where are we here? Conflict, but it's fine though. And Protectorate is also only in conflict. That's good. Yeah. So everything is going nicely. What I would like to do is actually steal something again. But as we can see here, they are doing other things currently. For example, the Academy is pushing its objective or its quest. So that's a thing. Yeah. But yep, for the moment, we are just going to continue here, build small ships and use them to take out these destroyers which are coming our way. And therefore, let's jump one more time forward here to the next step. But the fights in the 2027 will be in the next episode. Now let's just finish up this Unity movement tech, and then we can decide on what to pick as a new global technology. Okay, we have to make a decision here. We have an event regarding our criminal advisor. And we could do a heist here. It's a 25% chance that we succeed and 75% chance of failure. This is 50-50. Also 50-50. And 3% chance that he dies. Or we lose some orcs. I want to do the heist here. I'm pretty sure it will fail, but we will survive this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That was obvious. Yeah, okay. Fine. So Ren Sheng is out for a while here. And I should have joined these fleets here together. In regards to our fleets, we do actually have a problem. Because actually we lack noble metals here. A ship of our design currently costs us 26 or 20? I'm not sure, let's see. 16. So that's a lot. But we have to manage somehow. So let's finish up the technology here and the next mission phase and then make a cut in this episode. The conquest of Poland here takes a surprisingly long time currently.
The opposition remains in power.
Ah, come on, it's the third time we fail here. I have gone to colonize some asteroids here, the Hudson base and Francis Drake base, on planets with a lot of nobles. I'm not sure it will go through, but we can at least try. That's my opinion here. And
what's the op?
Yeah, he's captured.
Reporting in.
Can we free him? Ooh, we can steal a project actually. Let's try this one.
Tapping their knowledge.
And in this case, you do the investigate here. And to reduce our deficit of control points, we of course want to... okay, that won't really help here, but we can now... Unslot... then we go down by 1, that's also... that's not what I wanted actually. Okay, let's just equip it again. That was a waste of time, but... okay, he is out of order. Here we can do admin. Get a little bit out of it. Now we can take the command temporarily here. Oh no, it's actually giving us investigation, so that gives us a little bit of control points. And here we can't do anything. Okay. So let's see what the steal action actually does here.
I will help them.
So what we can steal actually. Ooh, 11 nobles, that's also not bad.
Data acquired.
Heavy fission pile, nice. So let's see if we also get science alongside it. Nah, we don't. That's fine. Still worth it, more or less. It's experience we gain. Yeah,
Together,
basically.
we're stronger.
Ah, here we go.
Apart, we're weaker, yeah? Sounds.
Okay, and now the big question is, what do we need to do next? And that's not easy, actually. So let's go to the tech tree. Full tree. In the end, we want to get to antimatter, but that's far away. So antimatter, I don't know. Containment, that's the first technology. So for which we need hydrogen containment, atomic manipulation. And for this we need superconducting metals and super alloys. And this one leads to coil guns, actually. So, what might be useful here? We could go for the better lasers, actually. Or we take railguns here. Can't hurt either. We also want to get to particle beams, but that's not important right now. This one would lead to superconducting metals. So in combination with the railguns, we could get the improved railguns here. Carbon nanotubes would lead to diamondoids, which is also very important here. I mean, industrialization of space is important for the construction module, but it's nothing we urgently need. We could also just queue up the great nations here. But I think that's too early here right now, because it's a huge amount of science. So actually, I do think that I want to go into the superconductors on supercapacitors. The question is just which one do we want to do? Maybe we want to do the nano nanotubes first. It's relatively cheap. To get towards diamondoids here, maybe? Or let's just unlock superconducting magnets here. On the other hand, if we don't pick railguns, we don't know when we are able to be picking railguns. We just want railguns as a temporary measure. So actually, let's laser. We need... In the end, we want to get to phasers. So that's arc lasers, of course. Infrared combat lasers. Yeah, maybe we want to get started on infrared, actually. How expensive was that again? 5,000. Yeah, let's take this. 5,000. It's fine. And in the time, meanwhile, we are going to finish some technologies that we need to keep our economy going and our space game going. Ah, United Turkestan. Yeah, that's basically... It's a lot of stuff that we actually own. Yeah, no. We're not going to do United Turkestan here. It's overlaying too much with the stuff we already own. Yeah, so basically... solid core fission reactor done. Grand Columbia we don't care about. Mainland China we do not really consider right now, but maybe in the future. The question is, we should probably continue a quest here. So the next ones are going to be origin, biology, and technology. So biology is the main thing. So let's queue this one up and just passively continue on it. Caliphate, there we go. Favorite. Maghreb. Maybe. Australia, we don't care right now. Malay, we also don't care. Finally, the crackdown worked. But someone is kicking us out of Bulgaria again, which is fine in the end. We have to conquer Poland and then Czechoslovakia, and then we move towards these two countries. So we are not in a hurry here. But yeah, that's the stuff we are doing currently. There's also another development which I probably didn't show yet. No, not HAPS. Aliens. So we have visitors on Mars next year, November. No, this year, November. So we have a lot of fights ongoing everywhere. But the most important one is going to be the Lagrange point here, which we need to defeat, basically. That's going to be part of the next episode, though.
Recon complete.
As said, between episodes I will be investigating our orcs here. We don't need the fuel cell anymore. So obsolete that one as well. Ghana, we don't care. Nope, we don't care about this one either. We want Nordic Union, come on. Ooh, that's dangerous that they actually rival us here now. We need to make sure that we actually... That's going to be expensive. Yeah, but we should protect Finland here, just in case that they do something. Yeah, and here we're going to make a cut. So in the next episode, we are going to continue and see another big fight about Earth, around Earth. And meanwhile, we continue our annexation plans here. So see you in the next episode. Leave a like and subscribe.